Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Physiomax organization. Under the part of Physioversity, we are continuing our medical educational series, and here today we will be discussing with another upper limb bone, that's the ulna. In our last video, you people have already seen the detailed osteology of the humerus, and today we will be discussing about this ulna bone. This ulna is the medial bone of the forearm, and this bone represents the same bone of the lower limb like fibula. And today we will be reading about the osteology of this ulna bone. So as I have already shown you that how to read the osteology in a video, so I guess you people have already gone through that particular video, and this same way we will be reading this ulna. So first we will be reading the ulna in a anatomical position, then we will be reading the site determination, then third we will be reading about the ossification, the fourth about the border and the surface, the fifth is the bony landmarks, the sixth is the muscle attachment, and the seventh is the clinical anatomy. And this is how today we will be reading about this bone. So with the first point, we will start about our first osteology class, that's the anatomical position. And the anatomical position of the ulna, so as I am showing you the whole ulna over here, so you need to understand that which is the superior and which is the inferior. So this is the superior portion of the ulna, you can see over here, this is the superior portion of the ulna, and this is the inferior portion of the ulna. So the first for the anatomical position, you need to understand that this is the superior and this is the inferior. And the next you need to understand that which is the anterior and which is the posterior. So this is the anterior aspect of the ulna, you can see over here, this is the anterior aspect of the ulna, and this is the posterior aspect of the ulna. So by these 2 points we can understand the anatomical position. Once more I will repeat, once is this is the superior and this is the inferior portion, and this is the anterior portion, and this is what's the posterior portion. So this is about the points of the anatomical position. Now we will be reading about the side determination, that means which side it is. As you can see, this ulna, it's, as you know, that it's the towards the medial part of your body, and it towards the little finger, these aspects of your body, it's towards the ulna. So you can see a very important bony prominence, and this bony prominence, it's named as a styloid process, and this styloid bony prominence, it's needed to be faced medially. So you can see over here in our own hand also, this is what's the styloid process, and this styloid process need to face medially. So that's the first point by which we can understand which side bone it is. And the another point, which side is the styloid process, that to the opposite side there is a notch, there is a radial notch, and this radial notch need to face laterally. So this radial notch need to face laterally, and this styloid process, this bony prominence, it needs to face medially. So with these 2 points we can understand that the side determination of this bone. Next is the ossification. As this ulna, it's having one primary and 2 secondary ossification center, and one primary and 2 secondary ossification center. The primary ossification center, it starts from the 8 weeks of the intrauterine life, and it's end by the age of 5. And the secondary ossification center, it starts from the age of 5th and its end by the age of 16th. So there are total 3 amongst, one is the primary and 2 is the secondary. The primary ossification center, it starts from the 8 weeks, and the secondary, it's about the 5th year to the 18th year of the life, and that's how is the ossification center of the ulna. Now the most important part, and that's what about the bony anatomy or the bony landmarks. So as I told, this is the upper end of the ulna. Here you can see a projected part. I am just zooming it so you can see it. So this is the upper part, this projected part, and this is what's called as a olecranon process. This olecranon process used to get attached with the posterior aspect of the olecranon groove of humerus, and that's how it makes the hinge joint, and that's like a hook like olecranon process. So this is the olecranon process for the attachment with the olecranon groove of humerus. The second one, we can see a projected one over here. We can see a projected part over here, and this is what's named as coronoid process. So this projected part you can see over here, this is called as a coronoid process. So this is the coronoid process. Below the coronoid process, you are having a rough surface. This what it's named as a ulnar tuberosity. So this is what it's named as a ulnar tuberosity. In between you can see there is a notch, and this what it's called as a trochlear notch. So this is the trochlear notch, and this trochlear notch is for the attachment of trochlea, which is a part of humerus. Here you can see is another notch for the attachment of radius, and this is named as radial notch. Clear? So we can see over here, this is the radial notch of ulna. So these are the bony prominence which are present in this particular upper end of the ulna. This is the shaft of the ulna, and this is the lower end of the ulna. We can see one of the most important bony prominence we can see over here, and that's the projected bone of our body, and this is the styloid process. So this is the styloid process which mostly used to face medially. This is the styloid process. Now we will be seeing the border and the surface of this ulnar bone. We are having total 3 border. One is this anterior border. You can see the anterior border. You can see the interosseous border, and you can see the posterior border. So there are 3 borders over here. This is the anterior border, this is the interosseous border, and this is the posterior border of this ulnar bone. And now we'll be seeing the surface. This is the anterior border, as I have told, and as this is the interosseous border which is facing laterally, so this is the surface is the lateral surface. This will be the surface is the medial surface, and if I just turn back, you can see this surface is the posterior surface. So there are total 3 surface: medial, lateral, and the posterior surface. So with this we came to know about the different bony parts, about the bony surface and the borders. We came to know about the anatomical position, side determination, and the ossification of this ulnar bone. This ulnar bone, if I show you, this is how the ulnar bone used to articulate with the lower end of the humerus, and it makes the elbow joint. As I was talking of about the olecranon process over here, and this is how the olecranon process used to sit in the olecranon groove of the humerus, and this makes the elbow joint. So see how easily it makes the elbow joint, as this is the hinge variety of the synovial joint. So this is synovial joint, as it is a uniaxial motion because it's having only flexion and extension. It's the pure example of the hinge joint. So with this we'll end up about reading the ulnar bone, and on the next class or the next video you will be seeing about the most important another part is the muscle attachment of the ulna. So it's about this, about today's class, and so again to say that those who are new for this channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and those who are watching this video, don't forget to like this video, because your one like and the subscription will help us and will motivate us to make another educational series. So thanks all. Thanks from the team of Physiomax and Physioversity, and we'll meet with the another video on the next class. Thank you.